line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We're live here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway here in Bristol, Tennessee, where we will see the drivers of Pedal to the Metal Racing League going back at it here in the ARCA Series. Hi again, everyone. I am Christian the Crusader Shriver. Welcome back to the action here. Week 8 has upon and arrived us. And you know, with that being said and that in mind, you know there's only one thing we got to do, and that's get ready for tonight's action adventure. Here we go. So let's get them started. Let's start them up on the pole. It's going to be the 47 of Robert Kahn. To his outside, that'll be 11 of to his outside. That's going to be the 24 of Kayla, the Pride of Texas McCarthy. Row number 2, you're going to see Chantel, the Throttle Pottle, in the 5, and to her outside, that is the 11 of Warren Young. Row number 3, we'll see Skindy Taylor, the closer herself, in the 7. her outside will be the brother, Keith Taylor, in the number 8. Row number 4, we're going to see the 84 of Matthew Hofford in the Red Bull machine to his outside. That, of course, will be the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. Starting our last rows here, we'll see the 30 of Dustin Rouse at his outside. It's going to be Ian Yeager in the 999. Shotgun on the field. Lance Brentlinger in the Goodwrench number 3 and his outside. That will be Christopher No Shift. Don't call him Pitt Pendle. And we'll get them started aboard and get them ready to go here, folks. Our drivers are locked and loaded here. New overlays, new everything here tonight. A new world and a new everything you can see here on PTM Racing TV. It's time to give you the true feel and the true world that is the television and the true feel of what these drivers and all that deal with on a constant basis. And of course, as always, if you guys could go ahead and like and follow us up here. We always love giving you guys in here. We'd like to have some more people come and see this. As we get them on around here, we're ready to go racing here in just a little bit. They'll come on down now to turn 3 and 4, and they are lining up position here. Folks, here we go. They will get them situated by, and on the start, the lights flicker. We're underway. Here we go. 120 laps the distance off the start. Robert Cullen has the early advantage there, coming out of turn 1 into 2. McCarthy in the 24 looking to challenge him up already. Looking to the inside, moves on in, can't quite clear him there. Robert Cullen has the early advantage as he moves on through the field. Right behind him, though, you can see the 8 of Keith Taylor. Checkmate trying to check out on the 11 there of Warren Young. Warren Young already on the attack, trying to hang in there. The Exalta Chevrolet there of Warren is trying to get a bound. That bound on that front straightaway here and making a good run there. Trying to get up to the 24. Caleb, the pride of Texas. McCarthy to the inside. He goes already back on the attack. Swings it by, gets low, goes low. Low blow coming. McCarthy defends. Tries to hang on there, coming on by, down and around there yet again. Now you see Chantel, the throttle bottle, kind of closing in on that gap as well. Robert Kahn right now starting to get a pretty good sized gap ahead of him as Checkmate is starting to check out on the 11 of Warren Young, going to the bottom. Trying to get a run there, getting it cornered on in. You got to be careful down there, though. Those tires burn up a lot quicker down the bottom than they do on the high side. As Chantel as well moves on in there, trying to stay towards the middle to defend off the bottom and the high side from the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks and the 7 of Cindy Taylor as they move it on through. Back on in, into the wall they go. 2 cars in the wall there. That's the 16 of Christopher No Shift. Don't call it Bit Bendel. Already out turn 1. Gets a little loose and spins it on down the corner. And Chantel has lost it out of turn 2 there. She is out of the wall and out of the track. Oh my. She'll try to get that one refired away and get that back underway here. We'll go to the PTM Instant Replay and show what happened there to Chantel there. This is our look at it from another angle here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this from the replay. Comes out of turn 4. Gets it a little loose. Tries to overdrive it. Tries to steer it in. And gets into almost a 3-wide salute there. And ends up losing it coming out. And unfortunately, early troubles there. Gets her into that zone right there. Caution is out. Caution is out. We're getting word right now. So they've called the caution here. Looks like Dustin Rouse also involved in a crash here, so let's go ahead and get to the replay here and take a look at that angle as well, see what happened here. Here's a replay here for Dustin Rouse. Let's take a look at this here. Oh, man! Chantel just takes a hard lick there from Dustin Rouse. You see the damage coming off all those cars there. That is a wicked crash, to say the least here. My goodness. Let's go ahead and take another look at that from another angle here. That was a hard lick. Still got the PTM Racing TV crash cam going. Bam! Just nowhere to go. Didn't even see her coming. She got to blend it in really well there. And unfortunately, did not vote well for Dustin Rouse there. So our drivers will now move them on back in here and get things situated through. Dustin Rouse seems to have the car fixed up quite a bit, as Robert Kahn right now currently the race leader here. holding out the drivers here, holding on to everything he's got here currently. Robert trying his best to keep that Mopar 47 ahead. I know it says 21 on there, but due to some issues with the trading paint stuff, unfortunately there's no way we can get that taken care of. So we'll bring him on back around here yet again and get the drivers worked on through. So we'll see everyone get through here and get things back around, and hopefully we can get things sort of taken care of and back on track, if you will. A lot going down here. As you see, of course, Dustin Rouse in that 30, unfortunately involved in crash lap 7. But he seems to have got it all taken care of and worked around here as well. And then, of course, Chantel, the throttle Pottle, also involved in that crash. So she will try to regain ground and retain momentum here and see if maybe she's able to get that one back away from her early faults. But definitely right now, folks, Friday, Texas, Kayla McCarthy's definitely got some work to do here. She wants to get around these guys, get around some positions here. Kenna Crawford has joined us on A, saying overlay looks great. Let's go Rattlesnake. Well, I appreciate having on board here, Kenneth, and Sean Shriver's joined us on in as we get them back underway. Here we go off the start, and McCarthy gets a little bit of a better start on the outside line. Robert trying to defend her off on that bottom. Back them on through we go here, down to the back straightaway here, jockeying for positions. They run them on through, every driver for themselves as they work them on by. Trying to hang in there, trying to stay ahead of position as they come on through. You can see Robert has got the run going from that line, now moves on in, takes over the position. Right behind him, though, you see a little bit of trouble there for Lance Brandlinger. Brandlinger kind of involved in that one a little bit. Got a little loosey-goosey coming out of turn 4. You're going to see a lot of that tonight where these drivers are trying to hang on from the outside and get centered up from the straightaway there. Happens a lot around here as Warren Young now challenges up. He's moving in position here. He's starting to gain some ground over McCarthy as he comes on down the front straightaway to turn 1 down in. He makes the big jump where he needs to. Now he'll try to get up to Keith Taylor. Currently Taylor about 3 to 2 cents back to him at the moment, but Taylor is starting to be closed in. Warren knows he needs to get back up into the hunt here and get up into the position as Cindy, the closer, Taylor, is getting a little bit of a dogfight here from 2 of the top males of our league here. Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pitt Bendel, and the 20 of Jeffrey Oakes as they work him on by, getting him into position here. All drivers looking for their run and a half, trying to get ahead of one another. Each one wanting to get the better of the other. Solid racing, solid foundation so far from these drivers as the field works on in. Staying in the hunt now, Pendle looking to try to gain some ground and some clearance. Currently not able to get himself into that position, though. He's still dealing with Jeffrey Oakes as a dogfighter right here. Back on in now, Jeffrey Oakes and Pendle back through and through they go here. This is, folks, the battle for 6. Each driver making their way through. Each driver trying to hang into this one here, trying to battle it out there with Jeffrey Oakes. You see Pendle as our producers bring up the scoreboard here, giving you guys a little bit of a unique flavor when it comes to these things and comes to this unique stuff. Jeffrey Oakes right now giving it all he's got to defend off Pendle, but Pendle seems to be really running a much better line, a much crisper area here as Cindy, the closer, Taylor, starting to gain ground and move ahead of this one. And speaking of gaining ground here, Warren Young now is gaining ground on the 8 of Keith Checkmate Taylor. We're going on board here with the old Warren. And we're going to see right now, you see a lot of black marks forming on the middle and the high side there. You're going to see a lot of that tonight when they're driving around here. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get the car to take a set more in the middle and the high side and stay away from the bottom. There's much more cornering and pacing you have to do there, and it's not something you want to really do in this case. But as you move them through, Keith Taylor right now in a pretty good position right now, doing a lot of running here. Moving through here and backing on through. Giving it everything he can to stay ahead here and stay ahead of the curve. See right there on the overhead as he gets him by here. He's currently up 4 positions right now. Still doing everything he can to stay in this one and in the groove to work him on by and give these guys something here. Warren giving it all he can right now as the scoreboard shows that currently a lot of drivers are trying to stay in this one and just try to catch up there. Jeffrey Oaks still out of war though with Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pit Pendle. This is your battle for 5th here as Pendle sneaks to the inside yet again trying to make a move. Oh, Bobby, not the move he wanted to do on the front stretch. They spin. Oh my goodness, Jeffrey Oaks and Christopher No Shift, don't call it Pit Pendle, get into a little bit of a tangle there. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is called. Oh my folks, that got a little crazy there to say the least here. We'll go back to the replay and take a look at it from another angle here and see what happened exactly. But I can tell you one thing, that was definitely not what Pendle had in mind there to make that pass. That was definitely not his intention by any means. Let's go to the replay. Let's take a look at it. They come on down the back straightaway. Watch this. Coming to the inside. Pendle tries to make the move. He gets a good run there. But you can see Bristol, it's hard to really make passes here, and that's a good reason why. You don't want to try to tag the other, but, you know, sometimes a bump and run will get you somewhere. Unfortunately, though, not what he wanted there. And let's get another look at it from another angle here with Jeffrey Oaks on this spot. See him coming through down the corner and just that little love tap. That's all it took, guys. Offer makes a pass by. So does Until the Throttle Bottle and Dustin Ralphs barely avoiding carnage there. That was a pretty impressive little slide there they had to do. But they stayed out of trouble and stayed out of the way there, and that was the advantage. So caution is out still. Caution is fully out. So that will get our drivers re-racked, restacked, and all that. You see Jeffrey Oaks, unfortunately, caught up in that little skirmish, if you will. He will move back into the pack here. He'll get situated back on in as Dustin Ralph stays out. So does Lance Brantlinger into 3. Brantlinger actually currently a lap down. He's going to try to make ground back up from that and try to make time back as well. 12 drivers locked and loaded with us here tonight to call the action here and call the shots. And so far, it may be early though, folks, but right now, it's going to be Dustin Rouse that's going to start them off the line when we get to the restart. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more of Pedal the Metal Racing League here on PTM Racing TV. Well, tonight's race is brought to you in part by, of course, Matt Mills Racing Team. The best Xfinity team out there is sponsoring and supporting Pedal the Metal Racing League this season. If you want to support Matt Mills Racing today, to be sure to follow them up at Matt Mills Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. By Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. Ever find yourself needing to be a little of heating and heating coolants to be fixed in Keller, Richland, Texas? Stop on over to Mid-Cities Heating and Cooling for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By Affordable SEO and Marketing. With services provided like web design, pay-per-click advertising, logo design, business cards, shirts, hats, pens, candy, and more. It's time you outrank your competition online today. By Amber's Floral Creations. If you're looking for some special flowers for that special someone, be sure to visit and call up Amber's Floral Creations at 321-228-3135. And by our good friends over at Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies is supplying up the trophies for the winner of each season. And if you're looking to get the best hardware or gift for a loved one this Christmas season, or holiday season, I should say, set up your way, you got to visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today. And as I mentioned, these guys have 4 more races left before the end of the season. They're all hunting down these beauties right here. We'll see who will be able to take them home and who will be able to take them on down at the end of the season. But for now, anyway, it's going to be back to action here and back to racing here in just a little bit as the drivers get situated on in. Dustin Rouse is going to find himself in a little bit of a unique position here. He's going to have to work himself into a little bit of a battle here, kind of work himself into position and have to jockey around with Robert Kahn for a little bit. And with a fresh set of tires on Robert, I can guarantee you right now, he is going to be the guy that everyone wants to beat here tonight. And if you're wondering exactly how much Robert Kahn's got on those tires, well, as we see here from our new pitch strategy board here, you can see right here that Kahn is running on a fresh set. Rouse had to go in earlier, and he's running on a much more burnt-in set. He's got about 20 laps on those tires, whereas Kahn does not. So he has got the advantage here on this restart. We'll see, though. I mean, excuse me, 30 on this. So on this restart, so we'll see if that plays into his advantage later on. But you know, right now, I could say this is going to be more towards Robert on this restart to get a good jump on this. Coming down out of turn 3 into 4. Pace car comes off. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag pops out. We're back underway. As predicted and as seen, Robert Kahn off that hot start gets a nice jump and a half there. Coming down out of the back straightaway here. KO, the pride of Texas McCarthy, also on a fresher set of tires, trying to do battle here with that 30 of Dustin Rouse. You know, we're used to seeing Rouse drive the old Bomber 30 machine. Tonight, he's in a little bit of a different car. He's in the Toter Ford Fusion right now as he continues on by, dealing with the 24 and the 11 here. McCarthy and Young going at it. Trying to gain ground up to catch up to old Robert Kahn, the old rattlesnake himself. Currently got a pretty good position moving through. Hanging in there, we got trouble yet again coming down the front stretch. Look out, look out, look out. Oh, we got one nearly upside down. Cindy, the closer, Taylor goes for a ride. Hey, oh my folks, that was definitely not what we were expecting here from the drivers. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, let's go to the replay real quick and take a look at this one. See what happened here. It's coming down. Let's see it right here. Coming out of turn 4. Warren Young and Rouse getting into it. And then Chantel Throttle Powell had nowhere to go. Neither did Christopher No Shift. Don't call him Pit Pendle. All drivers getting involved in that one, and a huge accident unfortunately ensues. We'll go on board here with Chantel. We'll go on board here with Chantel and show you what she saw when that came out. Coming out of turn 4, you can see the cars kind of starting. And no idea where to go, trying to see if she shoot a gap, and ends up just having to deal with the pressure and deal with the pain. And Cindy Closer Taylor, man, she went for a ride. That old 7 machine, man, she just went for a ride and a half. Let's go ahead and take a little look at it from her angle, what she saw when that one came out. Coming out of turn 4 here, and Rouse gets into it with the 11 of Warren Young, and Cindy goes up and over, up on the top, and it's not a monster truck, Cindy. You can't just go jumping over people like that. Trust me, I've already tried. So we'll have to get them rack stacked and all that yet again, as Robert Kahn will have the race lead here. Not the best start, I would say, for anybody here, and not the best way to really get going here on PTM Racing TV. But I mean, again, there's a lot of laps to be had here, and there's a lot of time to make up here as we marked into the 41 marker now. 41 laps completed right now. Looks like Chantel is entered in pit road. She's out of it now. Dustin Rouse currently in pit road getting damage fixed up. They have 3 instant repairs that these drivers can use. So even if they are kind of in a little bit of a bad spot, they can get things fixed on in and get things worked to their advantage. And that will definitely help them out for the long run here. So as you see, Cindy the Closer Taylor right now currently, after that little crash she had there, unfortunately, on lap 38, of course. She'll have a little bit of work to do here and try to figure that one in here. Of course, that GoDaddy number 7 machine, always a fighter and a half here. Not one to quit when it comes down to it. She always has something to go through with this here. Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pit Pendle, was also involved in that wreck, but I believe he got a pretty quick repair on that and ends up going into the 8th spot. I think Dustin Rouse had to stay it out a little later because he needed to get some tires in that and some fuel, obviously, with the instant repair, so he will stay out and about here. As we look ahead here, let's go ahead and take a look at the lap time here. before that caution came out here for Khan and McCarthy, as you've seen right there. When they were getting it around coming out on lap 39 and 40, you know, Khan had a pretty sizable distance growing on her, and then unfortunately it ended up being that McCarthy ended up catching back up to him there, slowing down their momentum completely and stopping really the run that could have been there for him. Looks like one to go has been initiated here, folks, so we'll get them worked on in yet again. At turn 3 into 4, double file off the start, waiting for the green flag to fly. Lights come on, and we're home. Let's get to it. Here we go. Back on down around out of turn 1, down in turn 2 here. The 11 of Warren Young, the Exalta Chevrolet, trying to battle it out here with the pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy. McCarthy with the outside line. That's the preferred line and method, if you will, when you're running this track. Showing her strength, showing her skill. Coming on by, has a nice position coming out. This is some good stuff here from her. She's trying to stay ahead of Warren Young as Matthew Hoffer right now, that 84 Chevrolet Red Bull. Trying to stay ahead there of the old 8 number of Keith, the Checkmate Taylor, in the Good Service Home Depot split machine. Roundabout, they come down and around yet again here. All they are fighting for is just trying to stay ahead of one another, as it looks like the 8 of Taylor gets into the wall. They're coming out. Christopher No Shift, don't call the man. Pit Pendle back and forth here with these drivers currently trying to catch up there with Chief Checkmate Taylor as they work him on in. Looking to get himself into position here for this incredible battle here for 5th. Throw it on through here, works it on through. Christopher No Shift, don't call him. Pit Pendle battling for 5th here, coming on down that front straightaway here with Chief Checkmate Taylor. Not able to quite get the run he was looking for here going down there, but he's definitely gunning it. He's definitely going for it. As you work it through here, you see Keith take Taylor now. Got a right and a half to Hoffer. Battle for 4th. You got a 3-car battle for 4th now between these drivers. Matthew Hofford still trying to hang on to that spot, trying to hang away there from Keith Checkmate Taylor as they work him on back down that turn 4 area there, but can't quite hold him off. Now looks like Chandler is going to lose ground there going to the bottom line. As Christopher No Shift, don't call him. Pit Pendle looks on in. Well, Chantel the Throttle Pottle now challenges up. She's going to look for the 6th spot as Pendle looks to gain over the 5th spot. Whoa! Contact made there between those two drivers right there. Hard running, hard racing there between Chantel the Throttle Pottle and Keith Checkmate Taylor. They come out clean though. No one got into a wreck and no one got into trouble zone as they go back around down to the front straightaway here. Matthew Hoffert giving it everything he can to try to stay in this one. We're nearly at the halfway point here, folks, and right now Matthew Hoffert is pushing further and further back. Might have burnt the tires in a little bit too much, I would think. Let's take a look at the strategy right now, what that was. It looks like strategy-wise, you can see the Taylors, Cindy and Keith, fairly position-wise, they're falling back a little bit. Hoffert is about running even keel, but you can see Chantel has a fresher set of tires, and she's laying low right now, just letting them burn in. Smart strategy on her end to stay with that as Hoffert trying to battle it in there with Pendle. Pendle right now, currently, if he's not careful, he can overdo those tires a little bit. You got to be careful on how much you burn them in. He's jockeying hard and running a good line of position here, doing everything he can to stay in this one. But as you see the field work on through here, everybody is just on their game tonight. Keith Taylor and Pottle will go out of here, down out of turn 4 yet again. Keith trying to get a run here, coming down that front straightaway here to get to the inside line of Chantel the Throttle Pottle. As both drivers working in, Pottle goes to the wall. Goes down low, does Taylor. Keith now goes in there looking for a run and a half, trying to make the run. Nick quite can't get there. Checkmate will have to find a way around the throttle another time. Your battle leading up to the front right now is between Bobby Kahn and Kayla McCarthy. And right now, if you look at the lap time currently, Robert has a pretty good position going here. But you can see McCarthy in the green down below. McCarthy is actually gaining ground on him by about a second here. About 7/10. That time was about 3/10. Looks like maybe her momentum's starting to slow down a little bit. Maybe it looks like that might just be the case here. Nevertheless, still hanging on for what she can, trying to stay ahead of the run here and see if maybe she can get something going here to the end. They will work them through here. All drivers doing what they can to stay in the position, stay in the hunt, and see who will be able to outclass the other and outpace the other. McCarthy now the round load out of turn 4 goes in. Still can't get the run and a half here on Robert. We'll have to back them on through yet again, get things figured on by here yet with these drivers, as currently the positions and lap counters are not really playing too well in the advantage of others, and some getting it better than the end. Cindy, the closer, Taylor moving in here now, trying to challenge up there on the 8 of her brother Keith Taylor. Let's take a look at this here as Cindy goes on board. Looking on in, you see Keith Taylor working it on by. Back on through now, battles it through here, gets a nice run and a half here, gets a good jump on that one now to Chantel the Throttle Pottle. Giving it everything they can here, giving it all they've got to stay in this one. Cindy the closer, Taylor looking to close in on Chantel the Throttle Pottle on that 5 machine. Moves to the inside, makes a hard run, but Chantel does not take too kindly to that. She fights it off, works it through, down out of turn 1 and 2 yet again. Every driver for their spot, every man and woman for their position. It's all on the line here. They've only got about 4 races left, so every point is going to really start to count here. When you think about it, this is the battle for 7th right now. Cindy Taylor has got that race spot away. Leading them on in here, everybody's still jockeying for position. As you see, Matthew Hopford out a bit of a battle here with Keith Taylor. Battle for 5th right now between these drivers as they work them through here, giving it everything they can to stay in this one. Taylor trying to get ahead here, trying to get back around and stay in the hunt here, stay ahead there of them and in position here. Lance Brandlinger gone in pit road here. Looks like he needs a fresh set of tires there and some new treads on that thing. We're going on board here with Kayla, the Pride of Texas McCarthy. As you see her line working into the position, coming on down that back straightaway here. Running hard, running smart, but you know she's going to get a little bit closer to that wall. She's going to get a little looser and tighter off those corners. That's where strategy is going to really play into this one. They've got to be careful about that. They've got to be aware that sooner or later that can play back into a factor as Keith Checkmate Taylor checks out on the 16 machine there. Nice pass on around coming down out of turn 4 there. Turn 2, I should say. Let's take another look at it. See right here as you see Keith Taylor making it through down out of turn 1 and 2. He had a nice run on the bottom there, managing to pass him on by as you lead him in. And now even Jeffrey Oaks making a little bit of a pass here around Chantel the Throttle Pottle. Maybe trying to go for a long run as Chantel. It definitely seems to be the case. If you want to consider in the fuel strategy right now between these drivers. As Dustin Rouse kind of getting in there a little bit here. Just works it on through. Just kind of hanging into his position. You get a good look at our drivers on the field right now. Trying to give it everything they can, everything they got to stay ahead of the position, stay ahead of the trouble zone. Nobody left behind right now. Nobody giving a chance up here. As you've got a heated battle here between the Throttle and Jeffrey Oaks. Chantel just giving it all she's got with Jeffrey Oaks here, giving it a good fight and a good position. But neither one wants to quit here. Neither one wants to give anything up in this one. Can the Budweiser number 20 of Jeffrey Oaks stay ahead of the curve here and stay ahead of the pitting zone? Because right now, the way his strategy seems to be playing out, he seems to be wanting to get more of a fuel and tire run on this one. Remember, they only have so many tires and fuels they can use, so they have to be smart on how they run these lines here tonight. As Robert Kahn right now has a pretty good size position here and a pretty good length of a position now. You see on lap 76 there, McCarthy was slowing down a bit. Now she's back on tempo, but this is not looking too good for her right now as we're past the halfway point. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn has moved into position, now caught up there with the 999 of Ian Yeager. They'll work him back on around here, getting into position, getting back through. Will it be for Robert Kahn's time to make a move? Yes, it is. Makes the pass on around out of turn 3 into 4. Now he does for a daily double. A little dose of the daily double, if you will. Makes a nice jump ahead. Robert Kahn has made his presence known. He's made his presence felt, making a jump and a half there. Taylor, the Pride Texan McCarthy leading on down onto the bottom line though as Chantel goes up high in trouble zone. Trying to stay out of it though and keeps it going here. The STK Gaming Power spot up top overlay here you see is showing McCarthy getting a lap ahead now of Chantel, the throttle bottle. And that's definitely going to play into the factor for lap traffic when it comes down to it. We'll see how well it'll work in as Dustin Rowse right now currently being lapped in more and more. He is the second slowest right now. Lance Brandlinger being the slowest at the moment. And right now Robert Kahn starting to jump ahead of the gun here and starting to make some big moves here and passes on by. Working on through here now. Looks like Pride of Texas, Caleb McCarthy going to go at it here. This is going to be a battle for the lead here. Throw him on through here. Coming on by. Here we go. See these drivers do their thing, do their way. Robert Kahn trying to stay in this one. Caleb, the Pride of Texas, McCarthy trying to get a run on him though. They'll sneak him on by. Coming down out of turn 1 yet again as Robert tries to hang and defend. McCarthy, though, not giving an inch. Robert will have to do everything he can to keep the Mopar 47 machine ahead of the mid-seas air conditioning and heating. 24 there of McCarthy. You just know, though, she's not going to give an inch and not going to give any chances up here. Rounding about out of turn 3 into 4. We're going to have to cut to a quick commercial break here in a minute, guys. We got to get some sponsors out here. We got to let you in on them a little bit. But right now, we're not going to get to that just yet. As look at the foul coming down out of the turn 2. McCarthy to the inside. Robert trying to defend her off, trying to stay ahead. Dustin Rowse right now giving it all he's got. Round and about down out of turn 3 into 4. Giles goes up to the wall. Oh my goodness, McCarthy right now gets a clean pass of that, but she can't get around Robert just yet. We're only about 30 laps left to go in this one right now as McCarthy is eyeing the race lead. She currently right now is starting in the position she was at earlier. Robert the same. Neither one have made a big hard charge or move here, and they've never really faltered back any worse than third and second when it came to the restarts, and it's definitely showing here. McCarthy giving it all she's got to Robert Kahn, but Robert is knowing that the bump and run could come, and I think it just came there. McCarthy to the inside. Coming down out of turn 4 now, moves it in. Can she clear him? She's got to try to hold him off, try to get that momentum boost coming down out of turn 2. Side by side they take it. Almost contact made there between the two. They hold it off from each other. Look at this battle. Look at this round. Whoa! Woo-hoo! McCarthy sends it straight into Robert Kahn, but holy smokes. They both stake it out and steep it in and keep it clear of trouble. But Robert knows what happened at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the late models. There is heat between these two, and there's a lot of bad blood, if you will. They're good friends on the track, but there's definitely a lot of heat on the track. 26 laps remain in this one. There is no holding back when it comes to this battle between these two. Robert Kahn finally gets ahead, getting position up for that one. They move it on in towards. Wait a minute, Christopher, no Chev, don't call him. Pendle has wrecked. He has wrecked down and about. Will they call the caution? I don't think they're going to yet. McCarthy is staying ahead of the curve, trying to stay ahead with Robert. They'll take it side by side yet again down into turn 2. And caution at last will come out. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one real quick. We've got to quickly show to the PTM Instant Replay. Here is the PTM Instant Replay. Let's take another look at it from another angle. Coming down out of turn 3, looks like, or turn 4, I should say. Ends up getting a little tag there for Jeffrey Oaks. Does Christopher No Ship, don't call him Pip Endel, and unfortunately, Not the way he wanted that one to play out, and definitely not the way anyone wanted to see it go down. Let's take another look at it from another angle here. Yeah, coming down there, you see Pendle just got a little too aggressive on that car, and it got a little too loose and sends it straight out, and he goes for the ride. Looks like that was out of turn 2 in this case. That was your PTM instant replay there. Brought to you by all our good sponsors and friends at home, of course. And when we come back, folks, we're gonna cap off this race, but don't go anywhere. We're going to show the final laps of Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, tonight's race is brought to you in part by our good friends over at simracingmerch.com. Simracingmerch.com is a one-stop shop for all your sim racing merchandise needs, including shirts, hats, mugs, and more. Be sure to visit simracingmerch.com today to get your sim racing swag on. And by Pottlez Wrapz. Looking to get your car or truck vehicle to match your style on the track, or maybe even get a hero car to make it look as sweet as possible? Well, then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. At such a low and affordable price, you can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to get your ideas to life and to get your hero card for just $10. So as we work them through here, looks like a lot of drivers going in pit road here. Looks like it will be Rouse entering pit road. Oaks as well. Chantel goes in. All drivers have left there. So this is going to be interesting here because it looks like Robert Kahn is not going into pit road here. He's going to stay out as Cindy, the Closer Taylor, and Matthew Hoffer will have at it here with each other. So as you see right here, Robert Kahn not going in pit road. He opts not to. Neither did Kayla, the Pride of Texas McCarthy. And Keith Taylor also in that situation, in that bubble. Warren Young in the 11 as well. Jeffrey Oaks as well there, not opting in. And Dustin Rouse ended up going in pit road. So actually that little screen there was wrong as can be. Thanks a lot, producers. As we work them on through here, guys, now we'll bring him back into the running here and back into the show. This has been some great stuff here. We hope you guys are enjoying the show. We hope you guys enjoy the new overlays, all the fancy equipment we got going on here at PTM Racing TV studio. Trust me when I say it, these things are not easy to do, and they were a lot of work to say the least here. But you know what? You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs, and these are definitely the reason why we do it, is for you guys at home. So if you guys could like and follow us up here on Facebook, like and share us up, and subscribe over to YouTube for exclusive content there. Head on over to Twitter and our new Instagram to see photos, pictures, and even little interviews we might have in the future with drivers. So we'll bring him on around. Yellow is out still, the caution flag high in the air. As we look in, we are now set. 18 laps are pretty much in the bag with 17 to go now. Over 103 laps, I should say, are completed with 17 laps needing to be finished. They'll bring him back around here. Can Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn defend off another victory? He won in the late models. He did it at 5 flags over McCarthy. The Pride of Texas is looking for redemption here tonight to get that win back. Keith Taylor has not won in the ARCA Series yet. He wants to change that tonight. Warren Young hasn't won at all in any of these races. He wants to finally be the guy that takes home that and takes that win home tonight as they stay under caution for another lap. So it looks like they will count that one in, which means, of course, we'll now be at about 16 laps left to go once we get green flag racing here. They're working on down that back straightaway here and getting things worked on around. Top 5 at the moment: Robert Kahn, Caleb McCarthy, Keith Checkmate Taylor, Warren Young, and Jeffrey Oaks round out your top 5 at the moment here. As the drivers work them on in, Robert Kahn looking for the start of his life here as the pace car will come off pit road onto pit road this next time by. He is looking for another win, another W here. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Robert going ahead of the pace car. What are you doing there, Robert? I think the old rattlesnake might have got a little confused here on what he's supposed to be doing. Either that or he wasn't paying attention. Either one I'll take in this case. But here we go, folks. Looks like they're still trying to get cars situated by. They're trying to get everyone wrapped into stacks and all that here. Dustin Rouse, Matthew Hoffert, Cindy Taylor, Christopher Noship, don't call him Pit Pendle, Lance Brantley are all pretty much down in positions right now, but not down and out. They still have a good chance to fight this one through to the end, as we'll see this one come on by here. Down here we go to that front straightaway. Caution is staying out. Caution is staying out. Not sure why they went off the start. The flagman saying otherwise. A little bit of trouble at the moment, it appears, and they are not quite ready to go just yet. Well, the intensity is definitely going to be drawing in more now because there's not a lot of laps left here. Looks like Cindy, the closer Taylor, having some issues there and some problems, looks like, on that start, and that's why we were not able to go on the start there. Same with Matthew Hoffert. Neither one was able to keep it clear, so they will bring him back around and get things situated through yet again. But now, looks like from my end here that Hoffert and Cindy have got pretty much up close and personal with the pace car. But they're still missing a lot of drivers here and still missing a lot of people. So as you see right here from the overhead cam here, from the top view here, as we're trying to get this one situated through and finished up here. They're heading into pit road now to get maybe some last minute changes. I can definitely tell you right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to do a full throttle assault in these last few laps here, which in my opinion, that can be dangerous and that can be very good for them, depending on how you look at it here. As they focus in on the pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy right now. The field's slowing down completely, trying to get drivers situated through here. We'll see how this one plays out here and how this one will work on through here. You see right there, McCarthy going to try to battle it hard here with Robert Kahn. Try to get himself and her into a good position here. They're still having some troubles out there, looks like. Robert Kahn right now as well, trying to go back to back here tonight as well for the race victories here, from not just from the late models but also from ARCA last week. I believe he was the victor there, and you know, he's been on a tear as of late every time he comes out for good reason there. So it looks like they were slowing down for the pace car here, and now that looks like the one to go has been initiated. I think they're going to get them a lap back. They're going to have another lap to get things figured through here. I'm just telling you right now, though, folks, the more they keep pacing around, the less they get a chance for those drivers that just got out of pit road to catch up to them. The more they're going to give them an opportunity for McCarthy and Robert to stay ahead of the curve here. Because when you look at the way the pit strategy is right now with these drivers, take a look at this. Robert Kahn right now, he's got about 33 laps on that set, and so does the Pride of Texas McCarthy there. But then you got Keith Checkmate Taylor with 33 as well. Young with only 11, and Opsy with only 10. And Chantel the Throttle Pottle with only about 11 as well here. So, you know, play it as you see it, folks. But I mean, right now, in my opinion, this is just looking more and more better favor to the folks that have been in pit road already and getting things taken care of. But nevertheless, here we'll bring him on down the front straightaway here, and I think this time by we will allow them to go green flag racing here. Robert Kahn, the old 47 motor power machine, will be our leader. The mid-series air conditioning, heating, cooling 24 of Kayla McCarthy, looking to get back that win that she lost at Five Flags Speedway, and looking to possibly get her very first ARCA Series win in. But she and him got 2, 4, 5 drivers that are on fresh sets of tires, that have a full throttle assault in their pocket here, and not a lot of laps to mess up on. So you know, as we're shooting down the wire, this is going to get interesting here, folks. But the thing is, we're down to literally the last 10 laps here. Or actually, I say probably 9 laps, if you will. Who is going to be able to outpace and outclass this one? We'll find out as they come on down around out of turn 3 and 4. I believe Pace Car is coming off this time by. Yes, he is. Drivers lined up. Drivers ready to go here. Who will be able to take this one on home? Warren going to try to give a push there to McCarthy on that start. Here we go. 8 laps remain. Back on through here. Full throttle assault coming from. Oh, geez. Checkmate's here. But they get in a turn out. No. Coming down the back straightaway there. Warren Young and Keith Checkmate Taylor tag each other around. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go to the replay. Find out what happened here. That was not the start you wanted to see, though. Right out of that start, Checkmate gets a little up. He drifts a little high here as Warren was coming down to the hit. Checkmate goes for a ride, and Warren heads up on his side. He was joking around earlier saying he'll be wall banging on those turns like he did in heat. Well, you were wall riding there, sir. And I don't think that was really what he intended to do, to put it nicely. Let's show you from the full-length restart here what happened exactly. Trying to get a good start here, trying to stay in position. Not trying to get into McCarthy there, though, on that start. And you see right here, you see Checkmate kind of drifting up a little bit. Tag each other in, goes for a ride. Bam, 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 and all that. And oh boy. If you look to your right, folks, you can see the North Star up in the above. And now I'm just being really sarcastic. So now with the caution out, only 5 laps will remain. It should be only about 3 laps to go, though, when they get back to the restart here. Kayla, the pride of Texas McCarthy, in that mid-series air conditioning and heating, will have the run here, will have the momentum to get there with Robert Wrapz and Kahn. Looks like they're going to go into a single file restart this time by. That one driver that a lot of folks haven't really been talking about has been this man, Budweiser's number 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. And right now, the way he is in position at the moment, he is looking for a second career win, looking to possibly get himself back into the hunt for a contender when it comes to championship racing here. But, you know, there's a lot of work that has to come down here. But of course, there's also Chantel the Throttle Pottle, who is currently looking for her first win in the ARCA Series, but she has not won since back in, I believe it was about a month ago when she was in the Dirt Series. She took on the likes of me and many other drivers in this league at Lima Motor Speedway, and she finally returned to the top of the mountain, taking home the Dirt Series win there. Came close as well to actually taking home the whole season. And then, of course, right behind her, Keith Checkmate Taylor, involved in that wreck earlier. But he's currently looking for a win. Matter of fact, he's right now looking for his first career win in the iRacing circuit. Been dealing with some hard times and some hard momentum runs there, but you know, he's always in the hunt. Seems like it's just a tonight. Might not be his night, though, because it looks like on this restart he's going to get put in the back here. This will be a green, white, checkered restart here, so that could play favor to some drivers here. We'll see how well that goes here. Folks, don't tune out just yet. Share us around and get some views on this one. This is going to be a big one to the end. This is their last chance to take this one home. And I can tell you right now, there's a lot of guys, a lot of gals that would love to finally get their monkey off their back and take home a W here. There's some old faces that we haven't seen here in a while making it up to the top spot and currently working it through. Who will be able to outclass and outpace the other? Well, we're going to find out here on the start. Down out of turn 4 here, they line up for position, getting ready to run off the start. Green flag flies out. Let's get back underway. Here we go. Through and through. 2 laps to go. This is a green, white, checkered restart. On back out of the back straightaway here. Robert Kahn and McCarthy get into it on a turn 3 to 4. And Chantel gets tagged in there as well. 3 drivers involved in that one. The final lap is out, though. Final lap is out right now. Currently, Jeffrey Oaks yet again. He's going to steal this one. Coming down the backstretch out of turn 3 into 4. Jeffrey Oaks, for the first time in his career in the ARCA Series, will take home the W. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. Unfortunately, yet again, aggression from McCarthy costs her the W, and it takes over her position yet again. What a tough break for Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn and Kayla the Pride Texas McCarthy. But how about this? Jeffrey Oaks, once again, is a champion here on PTM Racing TV, and he returns to the top of the mountain in Petal Metal Racing League. He was the Street Stock's last race of Season 1 winner. And tonight, in Week 8, he takes home the W here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Holy smokes, what a run, what a race, folks, my goodness. And I bet you he's going to celebrate the only way he knows how to. We'll go and look at that that little incident there here in just a minute here, folks. But right now, as we get things situated on by here, Paul throws it right into Jeffrey Oaks there at the 20. That's just her way of saying congratulations, buddy. You did it. They'll have a little fun with that one, but oh my goodness, folks, that was a heck of a finish there, to say the least. Here, what a race and what a run there by all drivers involved, of course. So we'll talk with the drivers here in a second here as he celebrates down in pit road here. We're gonna go back and take a look at that caution and at that moment there that happened. See what happened exactly there. Coming down that back straightaway, here it is right here. Kayla the Pride Texas McCarthy just kind of gets a little too aggressive, ends up tagging in Robert Kahn that 47, and it cost her this time. She tried to fight it, but it didn't quite work into her favor. We'll see the whole spot here. Let's take a look from this. So Chantel, the throttle pilot's view here of what happened from the start of that to the end. So you see McCarthy's trying to charge it hard, taps Robert just barely, and Chantel had nowhere to go, couldn't get out of that. She tried to steer in, she would have gone straight left, and the whole field crashed behind her. And we're just going to show you what Jeffrey Oaks here, when he got that race win, how far he was ahead here. Here it is from a full perspective here. Jeffrey just somehow avoiding the cars. He goes to the bottom, gets out of the way, and just jumps on the gun. White flag comes out. He knows it. It's all his. If he can just keep making 4 corners. There's corner 1. Here comes corner 2. Down the back stretch. He'll turn into corner 3. And turn to corner 4. You can see the car trying to sway in a little bit, but this time it was not to be. He finally takes home the W. And at long last gets the victory he's been waiting for so long. And what a race, and what a way to cap off this race here tonight. Folks, I'm heading down to pit road here. Let's go ahead and talk with our drivers as we show you our top 5 at the end of that one. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, he joins me on in the booth here, and we're down here at Victory Lane. This is Jeffrey Oaks. Jeffrey, oh my goodness, my friend, what the heck was going through your mind there when you got that race win?
I mean, it's a win. I'll take it. It's a win. I don't feel that I should have got it that way. I was looking for a good restart there, a good shootout. Um, I don't even really know what to say about it. It's a win, I guess, and that's where I'm at with it. I really appreciate everything that our sponsors do. You do up there in the booth. That's why I'm here and giving you an interview. Pottlez Wrapz, appreciate them. McConey Setup Shop. Let's see, I'm missing a bunch. Matt Mills Racing. That was just crazy. That was crazy at the end there.
Well, talk us through exactly why it was so crazy. Like, what exactly was, really being pressured there on the last two laps? Because you saw McCarthy, she was gonna go for it. She had to make the move. There's only one way to do it on Bristol, but Robert Kahn was not gonna give her that chance, and I think even you knew it wasn't coming either. So, when all was said and done, really, what did you see on your end when it all happened?
Well, honestly, like a few laps before, it took a while to get everything figured out with getting people in the right positions and stuff. I had a feeling something like that was going to happen, like especially at Bristol. It's Bristol, and everybody's going to go for it, and it's closing laps. Everybody got tires. And Young and them were up there, and I thought Young was going to have a shot. And the same thing happened with them and Keith, and I don't think anybody was really at fault there. That was just short track racing, people not giving late in the race and going for positions.
Definitely for sure there. Well, I mean, you've already kind of thanked the sponsors and maybe kind of thanked us in the booth, which hope you enjoy the show later. But there's a lot of new things you're probably not going to believe when you see it. But at the end of the day, Jeffrey, I got to ask you, is there anyone else you want to thank here for this finish here in Victory Lane?
Oh yeah, I appreciate my beautiful wife for the support she gives me. In this league, PTM Racing, I know we have our ups and downs and we have our moments, but it's a great group of people. We always seem to band together and come out stronger. Hopefully everybody just knows it's short track racing and we'll move on next week. So I appreciate you guys up there in the booth and everything you do.
Definitely for sure there, man.
We got to win. We got to win. It's not as fun to say this way, but I got to win.
You're not a one-time winner anymore, nor are you a runner-up in anything else, man. You've got yourself 2 wins. You're not a one-hit wonder, my friend. Congratulations and a victory here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
I appreciate the time. Thanks.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Oaks, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight. And probably not the most exciting, probably I wouldn't say the most exciting, but probably not the way he was intending, as mentioned before. But make no bones about it, folks. He takes home the W here tonight. Top 5 ended up being Jeffrey Oaks, Keith Taylor, and Ian Yeager. Yeager making an appearance in 3rd place. Taylor, not really sure if he's going to visit us here and down in the pits here, but it looks like he's staying alone. Ian Yeager, I'm surprised he's not coming down. Chantel the Throttle Bottle, how about her? She ends up, even though she gets caught up in the accident, she still gets in the 4th for that one. And Robert Kahn taking a 5th spot, although, I'll be honest with you, folks, he probably wanted that win more than anything. He just kind of had a little bit of a tough break there. But, ladies and gentlemen, make no bones about it. This is the end of the night and the end of the race here. What a show these drivers had to put on here as we take a look at our top 10 finishers overall. McCarthy getting 6th, 7th, Rouse, 8th, Young, Hoffert getting into that 9th spot. 10th will go, of course, to Matthew Hoffert, and then 10th, Cindy Closer-Taylor, Pendle in the 11th, and then Lance Brenlinger finishing 12th overall. So that's going to wrap it up here tonight. But before we go, again, a word to our great sponsors here at Matt Mills Racing Team. Again, if you're looking for the best Xfinity team out there sponsoring and supporting up Petaluma Miller Racing League this season, well, you got to go and support them up. Matt Mills Racing, that is, over at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We appreciate their support. Thank you again, guys. Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. If you ever find yourself needing a little bit of heating and cooling units to be fixed in Keller, Richland, Texas, then you stop on over to Mid-Cities Heating and Cooling for that troubleshoot, where they'll get the job done right the first time. Of course, the affordable SEO and marketing with services provided like web design, pay-per-click advertising, logo design, business cards, shirts, hats, pins, candy, and more. It's time you outrank your competition online today. Amber's Floral Creations. If you're looking for those special flowers for that special someone, well, there ain't no way to better to do it than with Amber's Floral Creations. Call them up at 321-228-3135. to Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts is supplying up the trophies for the winners of each season. And if you're looking to get the best hardware or gift decoration for your loved one or family member this holiday season, then be sure to hit them up at bobscustomtrophies.com today. And then, of course, I mentioned hardware. Again, if I said it once, I'll say it again. These drivers with only 4 races left in ARCA and about 5 to go in late models are chasing after these beauties. And I've seen them in person. They are big. They are nice. They're beautiful. They're going to be wanting to get one of those for sure this season. And then simracingmerch.com, the one-stop shop for all your sim racing merchandise needs, includes hats, shirts, mugs, and more. Be sure to visit simracingmerch.com today to get your sim racing swag on. And then at long last, Pottlez Wrapz. Looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track? To be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. If you guys also need to get a hero car done by them, they are only $10 a piece, but at such a low affordable price for their wraps, you can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. To everyone at home, to everyone around the world, and those that have raced with us or been here with us, we're going to hit a milestone here in just a little while for Pedal to Metal Racing League, and to that, we say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's been a rough year, 2020 has been, but when we started doing all this back in July, I don't think any of us here at Pedal to Metal Racing League or Pedal to Metal Racing TV would ever thought that we'd ever get this far. So this is kind of my little rant to end the night, but from all of us here, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for everything. It's been a long, hard road, treacherous journeys and all that, but we'll put in the work. We'll keep growing and growing more, and we'll get things figured out better. And hopefully, when all is said and done, the TV show can really look more like a TV show when all is said and done. So, but for now, we're gonna call it quits. So again, tomorrow night we will be with Pure Speed Elite Series as they head on down in their truck series. I believe we're heading down to Auto Club Speedway, so you'll want to check that out here. And then, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday night we'll have some action, and then Saturday night we have the season finale coming for some drivers, and you'll get more about that later on. But for now, from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we got to sign off. Have a good one. God bless. Take care. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everybody.